Well, as promised, I'm doing Instagram Live every day since being locked down, so I'll spend 5 or 10 minutes here answering blah, 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 anyone's questions if they want to just pass time. Who's here? 1850 cases of people. Yeah, it's coronavirus on the. Blackman joins. Blackman must have some I'm sure he has some disguised Instagram where he can join. The neck thing is my mask. I don't have a mask. We live in the United States. We can't get masks. Bench press 88. What do you think? Bench press 88. You answer that question. I'll see if I agree with you. I have a different hairstyle every day because I comb it different every day, or sometimes I don't comb it. Yeah, I like the iron debates with RX Muscle. No, I would never dare to go against Dexter. Dexter or Sergio Oliva. You never go against those two. Yeah, I'm still prepping people, bodybuilding people, but there's no contest to prep them for. Bed bugs, heat. We had Jay on live. He was my first guy I had on live because he came on the Instagram feed, and I didn't know how to get him in. Which Samir? Oh, Samir Banu? Yeah, Samir. You know, I talked to Samir for about an hour today while I was driving down the highway. I don't know if he's smart enough to know how to run his iPhone to get on Instagram Live. We were talking about the 1982 Olympia. He should have won, actually. 82, he was fourth. He definitely got screwed out of that win. Frank Zane was third, Chris Dickerson was first, and Casey was third. Frank Zane was second. You can get the books on Amazon. You need a math tutor. My wife is a math tutor for homeschooling. She knows how to do algebra. I don't. How do we keep our gains during this pandemic? You look into fake mirrors. You got to get a mirror like at Oxygen Gym where you look bigger than you really are. Italy. Which J physique do you prefer? 01, 09, 01? I think he already answered that. I think he's 01, 03 is his preference. No, I looked younger in 2012, Danny boy. Where are the thousands of Brazilian flags when we do Instagram Live? Can you imagine if I had Rafael Brandao on? You just want to talk about getting good condition. No, I don't do any exercise, nothing. Chris, is a 20% dividend stock, aka Hilton. Is Hilton paying a dividend? I don't think they pay a dividend right now. They might, if they paid a dividend, they're probably going to cut it to preserve their life. But Uncle Sam is going to backstop them. They are going to send them a lifeline. What point did you decide to stop competing? When I realized, dude, I was in over my head. I couldn't beat people. What are you doing about all the renters? I'm sending them idle threat letters. Nothing you can do. Oh, Samir has gone. Then you know what? I will try to get Samir on the next couple days on live. I talk to him all the time. Not all the time, but he's going to talk about keeping everything, the body beautiful and everything in balance, and you don't need much anabolics, and, you know, even Arnold said, and bench press 88. I knew you'd say that. That's why I wanted to hear it from you. Do I own stocks? Yes. I'm 50% in cash. Which ones? Same ones everyone else owns. Amazon, Google, Facebook. I don't know. I sold when things started to hit the fans. I sold out 100%. I just got in recently again. I talked to Dan Solomon, actually, who promotes the Olympia, about stocks a lot. Not a lot, but Berkshire Hathaway, they're sitting on 150 billion. Apple, I own Apple. They're sitting on 200 billion. So, I mean, even if you buy them now, Apple or Berkshire Hathaway, in a way you're giving up your cash for their cash. They're a lot smarter than you and me and know what to do with it. Evan Centopani's at home sewing. Flexitron. Shawn, how peeled were you in that picture I sent you today? I get tired of the freakiest genetics questions. Like, who has the most potential? Who's the freakiest? I mean, because it'd be like me saying, well, Shawn Rhoden won the Olympia because he's got the best genetics. So it just automatically erases hard work, dedication, and, focus. Thoughts on Flex Lewis in the Open this year? He'll be first call out. Yeah, Shawn Rhoden's here. The guy who beat Phil Heath. Easy enough. Orange Roughy or Flounder. Taste-wise, Orange Roughy by a mile. Dave Palumbo at 318 in a tank top is a complete freak. I didn't know that his arms were all jimmied up, though. Do you think an exercise science degree is worth pursuing? Not at all. I don't believe many advanced degrees are worth pursuing, actually. No, I never heard Jay's music album. Are you happy, Mr. Technician? Depends on how you define happy. No, I would not attribute my longevity, success, and ability to work. What do you attribute to your longevity and success? Experience and intuition, and I'm very flexible. Hilton pays 20%. I'm going to look it up. I don't believe that. They can't. They can't pay 20%. They'd be bankrupt. Send me the link, please, CClaw1984, to my Instagram. Message me. Put it this way, it was 115 and it created to 30. You're welcome, Iron, something on the Championship Bodybuilding book. It's better than Trump's Art of the Deal. Favorite recreational drug? I don't do any drugs. Why do you defend? What a word. To use a branched chain amino acids during training. I'm not a big supplement person straight across the board, actually. But branched chain amino acids while dieting prevent muscle breakdown. You can still overtrain and take 10 tons of branched chain amino acids and test and still get muscle breakdown. Yes, I went to Qatar with Samir Bannout back in the day. It looked like there was nothing in Qatar when we went, 1992, nothing. 20 mosques and, there was nothing going on. It's unbelievable, the change. What is tired favorite Joe Weider? Please talk like him. Joey the talks, let's see, Joey the talks like Chris. Come over here. I got a picture of this bodybuilder. You got to see. He looks incredible. I'm gonna put him under contract. You can't not imitate Joe Ito when you see him in person and actually listen to his voice. You automatically leave and try to mock him. 2018, did I see Kevin? I haven't seen Kevin Lerone in a long time, really. Why always Big Ramy lost in show and in next day he looks very great? Because he's not standing next to other people. That is the answer. Got it? Florida for sure. I've moved to Florida, even though I'm afraid of the hurricanes. I'm afraid of. I think I fear global warming more than anything, which I think the coronavirus is an offshoot of global warming. I think if things weren't so damn warm all of a sudden, that maybe the virus wouldn't have jumped from a bat or whatever it did to a person. That's just my theory. Now, I'm not big into the carb aminos during the workout. I know a lot of people like to use them, but I'm just, Stevia or Splenda during the contest prep? No, it don't matter. Of course you had to post that picture, Shawn. Peeled out of your mind. I'm surprised your brain didn't shut down. Dude, I could wear my hair. I wear my hair any way I want. I go to a business meeting with it mess as hell. I don't care. No, I've never been to Portugal. I'd love to go. A lot of places on my bucket list after being stranded in the house. Pro bodybuilding never get boring. The Olympia doesn't. Can we talk about real estate? Sure. Paul Dillette was completely freaky. I told people the other day he stayed at my house 6 weeks or 5 weeks before he won the North Americas. Is there going to be this year? I guess Ramy Hanna means the Olympia. I say probably not. Later, Shawn. I think the stock market is going up right now. And I think that we're going to retest the lows. We're going to retest the lows. The last low, we're going to retest the lows. Because there's still a lot of uncertainty around, and we're going to be in a worldwide slowdown here. My phone is going to die. Dave, we have the audio version. Here, I got to go get a phone plug. Instagram uses a lot of juice. Maybe I left it out there. Okay. Oh, that's my phone. I like the audio version. Dave likes a stupid, so that I have to comb my hair at 1 a.m, because that's when he wants to do the show. Go back. You got to email him and tell him to go back to the audio version. It's better. Giant sets, I don't like them. How many properties do you own? How many's enough, dude? A lot. I think Flex left. Flexitron left. People want them on split screen. I think to get them on split screen, I have to be on Wi-Fi, and I don't even know the. Oh, yep. There we go. Look at, we both have glasses on.
As I said, Chris, I'm always literally one footstep away from you.
You know what? I can, with or without glasses, I know you're going to win the Olympia.
As Robbie Chang says, Chris and Shawn is always within a foot of each other.
Uh-huh.
Remember Robbie Chang in Prague? Hey, where's Chris? I says right here.
Because I have someone trying to call me. Sorry.
Yeah, I was saying Robbie Chang in Prague was like, "Where's Chris?" I said, "He's right here." He goes, "Of course, you guys are always 1 foot apart."
Yeah. People
I'm
say,
here, folks.
yeah. People say, you don't need a coach. How Dexter is just parroting the same shit I've been saying about Shawn Ray behind Shawn's back and in public for 10 years. I've been talking about Shawn. Right?
Chris, I'm like, I've heard you say those same things forever. So
I've been saying stuff like, dude, maybe if Shawn had a coach. Or I said, is it coincidental that everyone who wins has coach? I mean, he's just moronic.
you know, I know me personally. You know,
Jay, three split screen. I don't know how.
I still remember the day just telling Jay that I just signed with Chris. It was best thing ever. And that was like at 3:00 in the morning at the dine in Orlando. And I mean, I've never looked back since. So, you know, some people think they can do this on their own and they know everything. I know nothing.
Yeah.
You know, I remember you saying, hey, you know, you don't have to be the smartest guy in the room if you're the smartest guy in the room.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. We don't even have to be smart. We just don't have to make the most amount of mistakes.
Exactly. You know, so it's just trusting the process. And man, you sent me that picture this morning, and I remember exactly what I was thinking backstage. I remember when I looked in the mirror and I was like, holy shit. Because it was like I could see every muscle fiber. And I remember Stan was standing there looking at me with his jaw dropped, like, holy shit, dude, like you're peeled.
Sam me saying you got to see this. I said I've already seen it. you enjoy it. Just don't wear the red trunks. That's what I said.
And that's exactly what I said. Chris says, get rid of the red trunks. And I looked at him, I was like, dude, I already knew he was going to say that. That's the reason why I have a black one in my bag. He was like, go back to the black trunks.
Yeah.
But, you know, these guys seem to know it all. And Jay Cutler's here.
Swole. Yeah, I don't know how to get done. We can't do 3 split screen, can we?
Good question. I'm not sure. I'm not that advanced.
Yeah,
I'm just on the surface. I do the same thing over and over, so it looks like I know a lot. But how are you handling this quarantine?
Look, I do this. This is what I do during the quarantine. I do this every day. It drives me because I get just, you know, I saw a neighbor today. He looked like he aged 20 years in like 5 weeks.
I think that's everybody right now. I sent a text to Stan this morning that says, hopefully we all come out of this quarantine either in shape or we're going back to men's physique.
Yeah.
You know, just trying to stay focused, folks. And, you know, I think Jay used a good word the other day, relentless.
What's that?
I said, Jay sent me a message the other day, and he says, relentless.
Oh, yeah.
The pursuit. It's right? The pursuit of knowing that, hey, you know what, no matter what anybody else is saying, you already know what the plan is.
Yeah.
Just being relentless and just, you know, staying on track and keeping a warped mind of blocking out all the bullshit. And, I mean, besides that, I mean, there's nothing else we can control.
Yeah.
It's just leaving no stones unturned. You know, all these guys, everybody wants to get there, but nobody knows what it's going to take to get there. And
it takes a hell of a lot more than people think. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. You guys have no clue. You know, it's like, I mean, look at, you know, Phil is what, you know, 7 times Mr. Olympia. He's 7 times Mr. Olympia for a reason. Flex Lewis, you know, same thing. And that chase is not an easy chase because you look at it every Olympia, you walk off stage, and no matter how close you think you walk off stage and you either get buried with, oh crap, that was the best I got. Or you walk off stage, and if you're me, I looked at Chris and I go, "Hey, Chris, what's my next meal?"
They just, took the words right out of my mouth. He said, "Positivity is the key." It's so true, huh?
It is. It's like 1%
You can
focus
go, you and Jay know you can go to the Olympia and get second. It's like last. You got to start
all
all.
over again.
It's like I got to start all over, and like people want to like cheer you up after the show. It's like just let me get back to work.
That, Chris, I tell people that every year. They go, "How do you do it?" And I was like, "I walk off stage. Doesn't matter what the result is. As I'm walking out, I say to Chris, 'Hey, Chris, what's my next meal?' Doesn't matter what the placement is."
Yeah.
Or I said, "Hey, on to the next show." And
Yeah.
it's the ability to switch that switch and say, "Yeah, you got second. Everybody think it's great. Yeah, you got third. Everybody think it's great." But in the back of your mind, you like think, "Man, shit, that's not enough." Like
Yeah.
I put, I'm working for one goal, and you have to be able to wipe the slate clean. It's like you throwing all the diet and everything in the trash can and go, "Okay,
Yeah. Start over.
got to start over." Like
You got
mentally, you have to be able to do that. You got to be able to just say, "Okay, you know what? Forget what just happened. Regardless of the placement, say back to the drawing board." Everybody always says, "So what are you going to work on next year?" I'm like, "Everything."
everything. Yeah.
They're like, "What do you mean everything?"
The calf,
Everything.
I'm gonna bring up my calves to try to leapfrog.
Yeah. It's like, no, I'm working on everything all over again. But you have to have that mindset every year that you can't just improve on your calves or your tricep or your back. It's how can I beat this guy as great as he looked this year, which is yourself. I've never walked into a show going, "Chris, look at Phil, Chris, look at Rami, Chris, look at Rolly, look at William." I just say, "Hey, listen, you know what? Whatever you sent me, I looked at it, I said confirm."
Yeah.
Because I know at the end of the day, there's only one person I got to beat, and it's me from last year. Regardless,
It's,
of who show up, if I can't beat that guy, it means nothing.
you say that it makes sense, but it doesn't. It's weird because it doesn't resonate with people, even who are at the high level, because people are still trying to, I got to beat him rather than I got to beat myself. Because
Yeah,
if anyone, let's say in the Olympia or Arnold beats themselves, they're automatically moving up.
yeah.
They
Oh,
automatically move up. Name one person, just throw a name out, someone who's 4 through 12, and say, this is my best. They automatically move up 2 slots.
yeah,
Easy.
easily. But most guys don't look at it though. So when I hear these guys say, "I got to get bigger," I'm like, "Bigger than who?"
Yeah.
Like, you got to get bigger to beat who? Like, do you have somebody in mind that you feel as if you got to be bigger? Because he's thinking he has to be better. You're thinking about you have to be bigger. So you saying you got to be bigger to challenge that guy is just kind of asinine because in the back of his mind, even if he wins, he's thinking, "I got to be better next year and I have to be bigger." And your focus now is, "I got to be big." I'm like, Big Rami's 318 pounds, 300 plus pound in stage. So who are you trying to be bigger than at this point?
Yeah.
You have to approach it differently and says, "Okay, every year I say to you, man, you know what? I just got to be better than last year." Like, if I'm better than last year, he goes, "Shawn, you have to be your all time best."
Well, I said the other day, I was doing this the other day, and someone go like, "Rhoden to the Olympia." I said, "Yeah," and then they go like, "Who can win?" I said, "Everyone can win."
Anybody could win.
I said, "Anyone can win," and I went through the list. I said, "William can win. Phil can win if he does it. Rami can win. Bonac can do it. Brandon can certainly repeat." And they said, "What about Rhoden?" I said, "Well, if he's at his best, he's absolutely going to beat all those people at their best."
I know I have to be at my best to be every Olympia. I'm like, if I'm at my best, I just want to hear my name called out in the
Yeah.
first three. I'll go out and fight the rest. And people don't get that because they go, "Well, if you're your best," I'm like, I still got to go out and compete. But I know if I'm at my best, I'm going to go out there, and then it's going to be difficult for anybody else that's just going to show up and say, "Hey, I'm at my best."
We
I'm
made
like, "Well, my best beat you last year, so where does that put you?"
about 2 weeks early this year. Just show them something that.
Yeah, folks, I'm working. I'm on the grind. I'm in contact with Chris almost every day. Case in point, this morning I'm eating breakfast and Chris sent me a picture. out of the bloom, I'm like thinking, crap, I remember that exact moment what I was doing backstage. It's
Oh, Abdullah. Here's the Camel Crew, Abdullah.
oh,
Abdullah, on a three-way, I was just talking bad about you. You came on. I said, "Where's my brother Abdullah 84 OTB?"
he's a great guy, man. That's you know what,
It's the
to be
best.
honest,
What's it stand for? Oxygen is the best.
he texts. I think I talk to him almost every day, Chris. He's peeled out of his mind right now. He's not telling anybody, but he looks like he's getting ready for a show, even though there's no show. But I know what he's doing. He's working on himself to get Brandon's better. But it's okay.
Well, I'm
What's the
coming.
secret?
So, Abdullah, I'm smaller than ever and softer than ever, and Shawn's still going to be peeled and full.
Like, oh, Shawn and Chris is cohesive.
Oh, I saw Rhoden's face. It sucked. It's got to mean he's crazy. They say I saw Chris's face. It's like bloated. I said, well, that means Shawn looks nuts.
It's funny because I was telling Laura Lee, I was like, funny thing is that you could tell by the look in Chris' face as far as what's going on.
Oh yeah.
It's like, I was like, you could tell right away when he walks in the room, like,
right?
this is not good. Like, because he just has that look when he walks in. It's like, and he shows you his hand, and it's like all the hair standing up, and
Yeah.
I think I don't pay attention to much, but it's the little stuff that I've noticed over the years with Chris. It's like, Chris, how do you look? You got plenty of time. When he walks in the room and that smile is just like ear to ear, and it's like, it's like there's something different going on. You start hearing words like wacky, or you start hearing, it's just crazy, or you start calling out names, Bertel Fox, and
Yeah.
when you start naming names when you hit a pose, and then it's just like, okay, I see where this is going, but I think 18 it was. I don't remember much for a couple of days. It was all a blank, but I just know that every time that I posed, it was, it's that feeling that you could get, like either the room was very quiet and everybody was just going, oh shit, or it was you look around and it was just a lot of smile, like, don't jinx it, don't say anything, don't jinx it, don't say anything. The pre-judging morning, Chris, I think, walk into your room because you had just had an interview with a bunch of guys, and I remember standing up, and I could literally hear like the bottom of my feet just cracked open, just like, and just walking in bones to get over there and posing. I mean, I don't remember, to be honest. I remember sleeping in the car, going to the pre-judging. I remember getting on stage. I remember saying to myself, hey, just call us out one more time. Because when you realize you weren't sweating, you kind of said, okay, like, I am that dry at this point. Like, a lot of people say to me too, like, so Shawn, like, did you know after pre-judging that you win? Guys, I went back, we got back to the room, and the only thing I said to Chris was, I need to be better tomorrow.
Yeah, you did.
There was no, we got this, we win. I just said, Chris, like, we're going to be better tomorrow. And you just looked at me and goes, of course, what did you expect?
Yeah.
And that was it. There was no celebration after pre-judging, guys. Like, I think that Olympia was just all business. Like, we knew why we were there, and
yeah,
there was no jumping up after pre-judging. There was no jumping up after the finals. I think I got back to the room.
Isn't it crazy? It took Jay, even though he had those, I mean, to officially chase down Ronnie all those times, and it took you officially that long to chase down Phil. It's
and
crazy.
Right? I could have quit, Chris. I tell people I could have quit so many times and just said, after I think 15 or 16, I could have just said, you know what, man, I'm done. I'm burned out. Like, 17 with a broken jaw in UX. Guys, I called Chris up and told Chris I broke my jaw. And Chris didn't miss a beat. The first round of Chris Mount was, "Do you have a
Yeah.
blender?" I'm like, "My jaw's gonna be wired shut. Do you have a blender?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Okay, I'm gonna send your diet over. Just blend everything."
Yeah.
And I mean, I could have checked out right then and there and said, I'm done. Like 18 Arnold Classic, 2 bleeding ulcer, ended up in the hospital.
You got that hospital bed picture? I sent it to you, right? I found
Yeah,
it somewhere, right?
yeah, he sent a thumbs up. And it was like one of those where, man, I had so many opportunity to just call it a quits and just walk away. But it was just like, listen, when you have a great coach, it's a lot different. It becomes a lot easier because then no matter what. I was telling Chris this morning, I was looking at the pictures to start that prep after Hawaii. And I laughed, Chris, because I was just like, man, you look like I was getting ready for Mr. YMCA.
Yeah. I said, great, great.
You look great. you, you're like, you look great. Just send me pictures. Just send me pictures every day, Shawn. And I just wrote confirm, so like guys, this is a hard sport. It's a very challenging sport. And at the end of the day, I'm like, I'm thankful, man. I'm glad that I got pushed by a lot of these guys. I mean,
Yeah.
I told Dexter the other day, I was like, I know you're retiring. I was like, but it was great chasing you. I was like, because I know if I couldn't beat Dexter at a show, it was going to be hard to beat Phil. So I looked at him every day as the guy that was in the gym that's Mr. Olympia. And I challenged myself every day, like, okay, Shawn, Dexter beat you last year. You got to be better than you were last year.
Yeah, of course.
He beat you last year. So if you're not better than the guy last year, like he's going to beat you again.
Yeah.
It wasn't about, man, I got to beat Dexter. I got to beat Phil. I got to beat this guy. I got to beat that guy. It was always about challenging myself every single year after every single show. Even when I went to tour with Chris afterward, no matter what the result was, it was always, hey, Chris, like, what's my next meal? On to the next show. What's my
Dude,
next meal? On to the next show.
business, all business. We're all
It
business.
was all business. And, I reached out to Patrick the other day and I told him that. I told him, I was like, at the end of the day, bro, it's like, I'm going to tell you one thing that I've learned about this show for longevity. It's like being a quarterback. You throw an interception, it's just an interception. You got to be able to be like, call the next play and know that, hey, you're ready for the next play.
Yeah.
You can't dwell on, any one show could mean you first to fifth, any one show.
Yeah.
And I told him, look at me. I was like, I was fifth in 2017. But I didn't sit and dwell on it. I was like, you got to be able to forget that even happened. Use it as your motivation. Like, there's going to be high expectation. There's going to be great expectation. There's going to be lows. There's going to be highs. It's all about how you're able to manifest that, how you able to utilize that and challenge it somewhere else to say, hey, listen, Arnold wasn't a great showing for me. There could have been 1,001 going on. And you got to be able to just wipe the slate clean and say, yeah, there are people that's going to be in your ears. There's going to be people that's hyping you up. There's just a lot of people that be after the fact have something to say. Tell them thank you. And then you go, I got to go back to work. I got to go back to being the best me when it comes to getting on stage, and not have that being a constant in your hair, constant in your face, where you feel as if you have to defend your placement to everyone. Like, the people that are criticizing you, the one that's on the sideline, is not the people that's on the stage. It's always the guy that's sitting on the bench going, you know what, Patrick, you know what, Shawn, you know what, Cedric, you know what, Serge, and you guys did this, this could have been the result. Like, I hear people say to you,
He doesn't really help. I mean, I hear it all the time. I'm like, whatever, dude.
it's like, I remember the first time someone say to you, well, Chris, if Shawn was like 8 pounds heavier, and you go, why not 5?
What's the point?
He's like, why not 5? Why not 10? Why 8? And the look at their faces just kind of like,
Shawn, people are so full of shit. It's like someone just asked me about a stock here. Well, I can go back. Today's what, Wednesday?
yeah.
I can go back Thursday, Friday, Monday, and Tuesday and look at like some stock, and someone might have bought and sold that stock at the wrong time. And I can say, why didn't you sell it at the right time? You know, it's like content prep and stuff. It's people want to be critical of like, well, you could have been tighter in the hamstrings. It's like, dude, just shut up.
'Cause I said, Chris,
So,
I said the same thing to someone the other day. They go, so, you know, when Chris looked at you, or when, what was your weight? I was like, to be honest,
never
I
asked.
don't think Chris really care about my weight. Like, I think he's more like, he's looking at the weight, but the weight is not a concern. He's looking at the picture, and he's going, okay, maybe, and I realize this with you. There's no maybe. You look at the picture and you go, okay, we're gonna do 50 grams of carbs. There's no maybe if we do 50. This is what we're gonna do 50 grams of carbs, and we're gonna do 10 ounces of chicken, and send me pictures in 3 hours.
Yeah.
Done. There was never any maybe if we give you some salt, and maybe if we. I mean, you looked at the picture. You've been looking at the pictures all week. You've been looking at the pictures for months. And at the critical time, there should never be a maybe. There should be, you should know at this point, like, okay, I've seen Shawn with 100 grams of carbs, and I've seen him with 50 grams of carbs, and this is how he look.
Yeah.
But I think people make it so difficult when it comes to that time that they're sitting there and they're second guessing themselves. And then they're second guessing themselves again, and then by this time, like that, going sideways. They don't know what to do because they've been guessing at this point.
Yeah.
So there was no certainty. So it's almost at this point their mind is playing tricks in them and going, "Oh crap, was I right when I say 50, or should it be 75?"
Yeah.
And it's by then it's too late, because then he's going, maybe I should give him a burger and fries. Like, well, let's try burger and fries.
Yeah. Let's try ice cream.
Listen, at this point you're like, dude, you're not sure. You're guessing.
Yeah.
Because you're guessing, it's playing tricks in your mind right now. Sometimes if the guy looks great, because in the back of your mind you're like, maybe I guessed that one.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I was right, or did I guess that? What did I tell him to do? It's the 100% of certainty that, hey, listen, I know what I'm doing with this guy. I know what he's gonna look like. And listen, I've never walked off stage and be like, Chris, you messed up. We should have. I just, all right, boss, what's the next show?
Yeah.
And I hate when I see people do that. It's like, Chris should have had me, or this coach should have had me, take some salt. It's like, dude, like, the show's over.
Go. I've been doing it 30 years. Go with the person who's been doing it.
I'm Chris, as I said, if you tell me that you're no longer prepping people, I'm done. And people think I'm over exaggerating with like that, but I'm like, at this point, I bet a coach came up to me and tell me, hey, I would prep you for the Arnold, but such and such won't let me prep you for the Olympia. And I would laugh, because I'm like,
Yeah, sounds like handy fananny, but go ahead.
I'm like, I am not looking for a coach. One, I am perfectly happy with the person that I'm with. So,
two, I'm gonna beat the guy you prepped for the Olympia. So
yeah, it's like one of those things that you laugh and you say, apparently now you see my potential, and you think you can do something great for me. In actuality, you can't do crap for me at this point, because if you're telling me that you could only prep me for this show, but this person won't let you.
Scarf, Shawn. This is my scarf when I went to apartments today, because I don't have it's a scarf, it's a mask. But who's this? I see you looking at this. I still want some of this. Take some of that, all of it. Isn't it funny how times change?
Chris.
Tell me enough. What do I say? We'll see who has the
We'll see. Yeah, that's Chris. That's your favorite line. We'll see. We'll see. Like, what do you mean? We'll see. That's it. We got nothing else. We'll see. Well, guys, I got to eat, because Chris wants me to be 300 pounds, 310 pounds.
Yeah.
Not 305, not 308, 310 pounds.
Yeah.
And before I put any progress picture out, I can't be below 310 pounds, because I know how you guys are very critical.
Yeah.
All you guys are critics, so.
Yeah, they'll say calves just look like the same as they did when it was 260. No
Exactly.
progress.
So I'm gonna get off here, and I'm following the macros. that Chris have sent to me. Actually, we're thinking about doing a keto diet next.
Yeah, I got questions like pros.
Keto diet with a lot of peptides, and we're going to see what happens.
Yep.
310 by the end of April, and post some progress pictures so you guys can be the judge of it. Until then, Chris, we'll catch up later.
Okay.
All right, bud.
Tell people, number one.
Yes, sir.
Later.